Okay, sige. So, we'll now continue our discussion. Okay, so, today, we will be discussing all about the measles, German measles, chickenpox, influenza. So, yan po yung mga topics or mga sakit when it comes to communicable disease. Okay, so let's start with measles or also known as rubiola or morbilli. Sabi natin, measles, sabi dito is na-discover siya ni Francis Home, Scottish physician noong 757. And si Maurice Hilleman naman, siya yung first person who discovered yung measles vaccine. And it was first available in 1963 and then improved the vaccine in 1968. So, measles is a childhood infection caused by a virus. So, ibig sabihin, virus yung nag-cause niyan. So, anong klase ba yung nangyayari? Ano ba yung meron sa measles? Sabi natin, measles is an acute, highly contagious exanthemus vaccine preventable disease, usually affecting children, which are preferably to upper respiratory tract infection. So, ibig sabihin, nakakahawa tong sakit na to. And yan po yung may mga lumalabas kay patient na rashes. And kadalasan po, ang presentation niya is upper respiratory tract infection, meaning affected po yung breathing ng patient natin or yung mga bata. And this is one of the vaccine preventable disease. So that's we have available vaccine for measles. Sabi natin, it's one of the most common and most serious of all childhood diseases. An infected person can release the virus into the air when they cough or sneeze. So, measles virus can live on surface for several hours. So, primarily, yung measles natin is natatransmit yan through airborne. So, ibig sabihin, lulutang siya dyan kapag umubo or humatching yung isang pasyente na may measles. Pero, kapag bumaba yung droplet na yun or yung mismong inisnis ng patient, so dun sa surface, pwede pa rin pumabuhay yan. So, meaning, kapag nahawakan yun ng isang tao, tapos na-inhale niya, nakapasok sa so pwede rin siya magkaroon ng measles. Okay? So, what are the risk factors when it comes to measles? Diba? So, yung mga unvaccinated, diba? Yung mga bata na hindi na-vaksinan is, syempre, mataas yung risk na makakuha sila ng measles. Sino pa daw? Traveling internationally. Yung mga nagta-travel, especially yung sa mga developing countries. Diba? Kasi nga po, sa mga developing countries, tawag dito, common yung measles dyan sa kanila. So, kaya, mas mahalaga bago mag-travel, we make sure that you are fully vaccinated or vaccinated against that para mabawasan yung risk na nung bata o nung pasyente na makakuha ng measles doon sa pupuntahan niya na country. Pa daw, vitamin A deficiency. So, a child with a vitamin A deficient diet is more likely to have severe symptoms and complications. So, ibig sabihin, yung mababa yung vitamin A, kulang sa vitamin A, kapag nakuha niya yung measles, mas severe yung makikita na sintomas sa kanya and most likely makaka-acquire siya ng or magkakaroon siya ng mga complications when it comes to measles. So, ano nga ba ang etiologic agent for measles? So, measles is caused by filterable virus. Ibig sabihin, nafi-filter naman siya, which is belong to the genus of Morbillivirus of the family of your Paramyxiviridae natin. So, measles, sabi natin, this virus is rapidly inactivated by heat, ultraviolet light, and extreme degrees of acidity and alkalinity. So, ibig sabihin, madali lang naman siyang mamatay. Diba? Pag sobrang init. Pero, highly contagious po siya, nakakahawa pa din po yung mga sakit na yan. So, measles can be serious, even fatal for small children. So, hindi siya basta-bastang sakit lang. So, pag na-acquire siya, pwedeng ikamatay po ng mga bata. Yan. So, sabi nga ito, while death rates have been falling worldwide as more children receive the measles vaccine, the disease still kills more than 100,000 people per year. So, most of this is under the age of 5. So, yung mga 5 years old pa, baba. Okay? So, gaano nga ba katagal yung incubation period pagdating sa measles? Sabi natin, the incubation period for measles is 0 to 12 days. But, pwede siyang humaba hanggang 20 days And pinaka-short naman is 8 days. So, ibig sabihin dyan, nagde-develop yung sakit. So, a single attack usually conveys a lifelong immunity. So, meaning, kapag nagka-measles ka na po, magkakaroon ka na ng, or yung katawan mo, magde-develop na yan po ng antibody against that measles. Para pag na-expose ka, may panlaban, hindi ka na magkaka-acquire ulit ng sakit na yan. So, how is it transmitted? Sabi natin, this is spread through direct contact with the droplet released by an infected person through coughing or sneezing. Di ba? Naubuhan ka, nahatsingan ka ng pasyente na merong measles. And sabi ko nga kanina, yung droplet na yan, kapag naglando sa surface, di ba, nabubuhay pa siya, active pa siya for several hours. So, meaning, pwede mo pa rin ma-acquire yung sakit kapag nahawakan mo yung surface kung saan nagland yung mga droplet na yan. So, indirect contact can occur through articles or fomites freshly contaminated with respiratory secretions of infected person. Halimbawa, yung bimpo, yung panyo, di ba? Nag-share kayo. Okay? Di ba? Sabi ko kanina, nahawakan mo yung nahatsingan ng pasyente. Di ba? So, fomites is substance other than food that can harbor, carry, or transmit a contagion o yung mismong virus na yan. Okay? So, what are the source of infection? Sabi nga natin, the virus is found in the patient's blood, di ba? And siyempre sa mga secretions niya. Secretions from eyes, nose, and throat of the patient. So, how long does a patient with measles could be communicable? Di ba? So, sabi natin, measles usually last 9 to 10 days, counted from the beginning of the prodromal symptoms to fading of rash. Ibig sabihin, paglubas na yung mga sintomas, habang nawawala na yung mga rashes kay patient is still communicable. Okay, this is communicable for 4 days before and 5 days after nung appearance nung mismo mga rashes na yan. So, even if the patient is hindi pa nakikita yung rashes, hindi pa nag-a-appear sa kanya, di ba, pwede na po siyang makahawa ng ibang tao or ibang bata. So, measles is most communicable during the height of rash. So, ibig sabihin, during the time na pumadami yung mga rashes dun sa katawan ni patient, ito yung mas nakakahawa siya. And about 90% of susceptible people who are exposed to someone with measles will be infected. So, malaki yung chance talaga or possibility na kapag na-expose ka sa measles virus or sa morbillivirus, maa-acquire mo yung sakit na yan. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung mga manifestations na makikita natin kay patient? Diba? So, first is we have what we call pre-eruptive stage. So, where patient usually have on and off fever. Diba? So, lalagnatin mo, wala, lagnat, wala. Ganyan yung nangyayari kay patient natin. And catarrhal symptoms manifested by rhinitis, conjunctivitis, photophobia, and coryza. So, meaning ano daw? Di ba yung patient para siyang tinatrangkaso, di ba? Sinisipon, namumula yung mata, di ba? Hirap siya pag sobrang liwanag, di ba? Ayan, so coryza yun nga, yung mga may mga secretions dun sa nasal cavity ni patient, may mga lumalabas siya para siyang sinisipon, di ba? Yung cold natin. Okay, also, in pre-eruptive stage, respiratory symptoms starts from common cold to persistent cough. So, una, sisipunin lang, and then, eventually, uubuhin yung patient. Kaya nga, di ba sabi natin, upper respiratory tract infection yung nakita na manifestation kay patient. And then, there will be now appearance of enanthem sign for measles. Ibig sabihin, yung nakikita kay measles lang itong sakit na sign na to. We have your Koplik spots and your Stimson's line. So, yung Koplik spot, ito yung pathognomonic sign. So, saan siya nakikita? Sabi natin, these are inflammatory lesions in the buccal mucus gland. Doon sa bibig ni patient makikita yan. So, usually lumalabas yan 2 days before nung mga mag-erupt yung mga rashes ni patient. And when the rashes appear, yung Koplik spot, mawawala na siya dun sa patient natin. So, ayan po itsura nung Koplik spot. So, yung mga pula-pula na yan dun sa bibig ni patient natin. So, ayan, yung mga ganyan po yung Koplik spots natin. While the Stimson line naman, ayan o, di ba, parang may mga maputla na may guhit dun sa may mata si patient natin. So, ayan yung mga Koplik spots. Ibig sabihin, doon nagsisimula, lumalabas yung mga eruption. And then, pagdating dun sa second stage, which is the eruptive stage, yung rashes, lalabas na siya. So, pag lumabas yung rashes dun sa katawan ng bata o ng pasyente, mawawala na yung Koplik spot. Usually, sabi, seen late in the 4th day na after mo ma-expose or after mo maging infected ng measles. So, yung maculopapular rash, first appear behind the ears, along with the hairline, the cheeks, bridge of the nose, then covers the entire face, the neck, and down to the trunk, down to the lower extremities, and rashes misses erupt cephalocaudally. Sabihin, magsisimula dun sa likod ng ilong, paharap, pababa yung pagkalat ng mga rashes na yan. Kaya nga cephalocaudal, mula sa taas, pababa po siya mag-appear. So, the rash is fully developed by the end of the second day and all symptoms of their peak during this time. So, ibig sabihin, ubo, sipon, lagnat, diba? So, makita mo yan sa patient natin. So, the rash is high-grade fever na on and off, makikita din kay patient natin. So, patient is also anorexic and irritability. Kasi nga, di ba, sama ng pakiramdam ng bata na yan. Then, there will be abdominal tympanism. So, parang tambol yung tiyan ng pasyente. Di ba? Pruritus. So, nangangati yung mga rashes na yan. So, lethargic din po yung patient. So, sabihin, parang tutulog-tulog yung patient natin. So, the throat is red and often extremely sore. So, magang-maga yung lalamunan ni patient. So, as fever subsides, sabi, coughing may diminish but its often hangs on for a week or two and become looser and less metallic. So, ibig sabihin, nawawala na yung fever, yung cough unti-unti, pero nandun pa rin siya matagal. Pero hindi na siya ganun kalakas, hindi na siya ganun kalakas yung tunog or kasikip yung airway ni patient, kaya siya, pero umuubo pa din po yung patient natin. So, rashes fade away in the manner of they erupt. So, pumuputok po yung mga, na yan, yung mga rashes na yan. So, fever subside as the eruption disappears. When the rashes fades, nagkakaroon na ngayon ng desquamation. And that's why, dun po tayo pupunta ngayon sa stage of convalescence or the recovery period. Dito na po, nagsasubside na yung signs ay yung mga simptomas ni patient and bumabalik na rin po yung agana ng pasyente na kumain pagdating sa convalescent stage. So, the infection occurs in sequential stages over a period of 2 to 3 weeks. So, yung discuss natin kanina, within 2 to 3 weeks, dun yung nangyayari kay patient. Sabi natin, first, infection incubation for the first 10 to 14 days after the infection, then of the measles virus. Then, there are no signs and symptoms of measles during this time. So, infected pa lang siya, pero wala pang nakikita. Okay, number 2, non-specific signs and symptoms. Measles typically begins with a mild to moderate fever. Then, accompanied by persistent cough or metallic or brassy, yung malutong or matinis yung pag-ubo ng pasyente. Magaspang na magaspang yung lalamunan niyan. Diba? So, runny nose, conjunctivitis, sore throat. So, the mild symptoms may last for 2 to 3 days. And then, third is the acute illness and rash. So, ito na po yung rashes na red spot or small red spot siya. So, some of which are slightly raised, may nakaangat ng konti, spots and bumps in the tight cluster. Give the skin a splotchy red appearance. So, the face breaks out in the rash. So, ibig sabihin, yung rashes po, pulo-pulo siya. Halimbawa, ito yung katawan. So, yung rashes, magkakasama sila dyan. Ganyan-ganyan po yung mga rashes. Kumbaga, parang grouping sila. Ayan. Ganyan po yung rashes natin sa measles natin. Okay, so over the next few days, sabi, the rash spreads down to the arms and trunk, then over the thigh, the legs, and feet. Sabi ko nga, di ba, pababa po yung pag-spread ng rashes na yan. At the same time, the fever is rises sharply. So, ibig sabihin, tumataas yung temp ng bata. So, as as high as 40 to 41 degrees Celsius. So, kaya kailangan binabantayan. Hindi kasi pwedeng ganyan. Kasi, di ba, pwedeng mag-convulsion yung patient kapag ganyan nakataas yung temperature niya. So, the missile rash gradually recedes, fading first from face and then last to the feet. So, pag nawala siya, sa simula din, kung saan siya nagsimula, yun din yung unang nawawala sa kanya. Okay, so what are the unfavorable signals of measles? Sabi natin, violent onset with high-grade fever. So, ayan, pangit po yan. Fading eruption with rising fever. Diba? Appearance of hemorrhagic or black measles. So, yung mahirap kapag nagkaroon ng bleed. And persistent fever for 10 days or more. Diba? So, slight eruption accompanied by severe symptoms, especially kapag pwede po kasi magkaroon ng encephalitis yung patient. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yung mga lumalala yung patient natin. Okay, so how will we diagnose for patient na merong measles? So, through nose and throat swab. So, ibig sabihin, kukuha ng sample dyan para ma-detect or ma-analyze if really the patient is positive for morbillivirus. So, retinal analysis is also done. CBC is also done to check if patient is having leukemia or leukopenia or leukocytosis. Sumataas ba yung WBC niya? Or complete fixation or hemagglutinin test. So, this laboratory test is sinecheck yung pagkakaroon ng mga antibodies or antigen dun mismo na para makadiagnose natin yung infection kay patient na yan. Kung ano ba, kung yung measles virus kay patient. Okay, sabi natin, ano nga ba complications? Diba? So, since this is upper respiratory tract infection, so most likely, pang upper respiratory tract yung mga complication na pwedeng makuha ng patient. So, pwedeng magkaroon ng bronchopneumonia, bronchitis, diba? So, otitis media, pwede rin po yan doon sa infection doon sa taenga ni patient, diba? Nephritis, diba? Yung kidney, pwede maapektuhan. Encephalitis or encephalomyelitis, ibig sabihin, the infection could go up to the brain of the patient. And pwede po rin magkaroon ng blindness for some patient natin. So, if women is pregnant, sabi, there is a need to take special care to avoid measles because disease can cause preterm labor, low birth weight, and maternal death. So, hindi po pwedeng ma-expose si mother dun sa patient na may measles. Kasi nga po, yung pinagdadala niyang baby or the infant or the fetus inside the womb could also be affected by the measles virus. And once that happens, so pwede preterm labor. Sabi hindi pa niya kabuhanan, pwede na manganak. Pag nanganak naman siya, ano daw, low birth weight, maliit yung baby, so less than 2,000 grams yung baby. And pwede rin pong ikamatay. Okay? May question so far? Good? Sige. So, how will we treat now? Sabi natin, ano daw yung treatment? So, syempre, since this is a virus, so, antiviral drug. And the drug of choice is your isoprenosine. So, yan po yung binibigay kay patient. And for complicated cases or nagkaroon ng complication, sinasabayan din po ng antibiotics yung treatment kay patient. Supportive therapy, so oxygen inhalation, IV fluids, kasi nga di ba walang gana kumain yung bata or the patient. So how will we prevent? Siyempre, since this is a vaccine preventable disease, so siyempre yung vaccine. Di ba? Ano pa? Di ba sa bahay, di ba? Since, di ba, nakakahawa siya. Sabi dito, if someone in the household has measles, take note of this precaution to protect vulnerable family members. So, ano gagawin? I-isolate po yung pasyente na merong measles. Sabi nga natin, measles is highly contagious from about 4 days before and 5 days after the rashes break out. So, patients should minimize or avoid interaction with other people during this time. So, as much as possible, i-isolate lang muna siya. Okay? It may also be necessary to keep non-immunized people, yung mga kapatid or na hindi pa nababakunahan, huwag ilalapit doon kasi most likely mahahawa. Di ba sabi natin, around 90% of people na na-expose sa mayroong measles is na hahawa. So, ayan nga po, immunization of anti-measles vaccine natin. So, it's given in the age of 9 months as a single dose unless kung nagkakaroon ng outbreak, di ba, minsan nagdadala tayo. Ay, i-inject ulit po yung mga yung DOH natin. So, meron din tayong mumps, measles, rubella o MMR vaccine na binibigay naman for 12 months to 15 years of age. And its second dose is 6 to 8 months. Second dose is given 6 to 8 years naman po. Diba yan po yung mga binibigay natin. Okay? So tayo naman bilang mga nurse, ano yung mga kailangan natin tandaan when taking care of patient na merong measles? So, number 1, syempre is the isolation. Kasi nga sabi natin, para hindi siya makahawa. Diba? When we isolate the patient, it should be quiet, well-ventilated, subdue light. Diba? Medyo dim, hindi pwede sobrang liwanag. Kasi diba may photophobia yung patient na may measles. Ano? Control high temperature with warm or tepid sponge bath. Diba? So, yung sabihin, dapat mapababa natin yung temperature ng patient natin. So, the patient should have a daily cleansing bed bath with water should be comfortably warm. So, warm lang dapat yung ipapaligo kay patient natin. So, oral and nasal hygiene are very important aspect of nursing care sa measles. Siyempre, di ba, dun lumalabas yung mga secretions. Di ba, kaya dapat malinis yan. So, the patient is sensitive to light, so kaya dapat adjust the position of the patients to avoid direct glare. So, keep eyes free from secretion. So, ibig sabihin, huwag sobrang liwanag, huwag nakatutok yung araw, yung liwanag sa kanya. And, kapag, di ba, nagka-conjunctivitis, so nililinis po yung secretions para hindi mag-infect. So, careful attention should be given to the ears. But it is responsibility of the nurse to be alert for any signs of early mastoid infection. So, check nyo, baka namamaga na yung behind the ears of your patient. So, kasi baka nun, para matreat siya agad-agad. So, daily immunization is also important. So, this can be accomplished by using mild laxative kung pinaprescribe ng doktor natin. So, during febrile stage, na daw, limit the diet to fruit juices, milk, and water. Diba? Kasi nga, kailangan ma-hydrate yung patient natin. Pero, kapag nagsusuka siya, so ano gagawin? Give ice juices in small frequent amount. Diba? So, magpapatigas po ng mga juice. Ibig sabihin yung flavored, hindi pwedeng tubig lang. Diba? So, the patient position should be changed every 3 to 4 hours. Kasi baka mamaya magkaroon ng other problem, magka-bed sore naman yung patient. So, penicillin and other prescribed medication are usually given in cases with complications. So, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, pag complicated, binibigyan din po ng antibiotics si patient bukod sa antiviral drugs natin. Alright, may question po ba sa measles? Malinaw? Diba, recall lang naman po ito. Sige. So, next natin would be the rubella or the German measles, also known as your 3-day measles. So, rubella is an acute viral infection caused by rubella virus. It causes mild feverish illness associated with rash, joint pains, and swollen lymph nodes. So, it has a teratogenic effect naman sa fetus, especially during the first 3 months of pregnancy or the first trimester. So, kaya hindi rin pwedeng ma-expose yung mother sa may mga German measles naman. So, etiologic agent, rubella virus is a Toga virus and is closely related to alpha viruses natin. So, incubation period. Sabi dito, the duration from exposure to the appearance of rash is usually 14 to 21 days pa siya, yung incubation niya. So, how is it transmitted? Direct contact with nasopharyngeal secretions of infected person. So, air droplets, di ba? Pwede rin po yan to transplacental placental transmission. So, kaya yung baby, halimbawa si mother na infect with German measles. So, si baby pagpanganak, ano daw siya? Carrier siya. So, meron siya ngayon congenital rubella naman yung baby. So, infant with congenital rubella shed large quantities of virus in their pharyngeal secretions and urine, which severe as a source of infection to other contacts. So, kaya dapat dyan, naka-isolate talaga. Kasi nga, sobrang dami ng virus, so madaling makakahawa. Eh, di ba, pag mga newborn, wala pang mga antibodies. Yan. So, kaya dapat ma-isolate dyan agad-agad. Okay, period of communicability, sabi, the disease is communicable approximately 1 week before and 4 days after the onset of rashes. So, but it worse when the rash is at its peak. Kasi pag labas na dun talaga mas nakakahawa siya. So, infant with congenital rubella are highly communicable cases and may shed the virus few months after birth. So, kahit nagagamot na, buwan nang abutin para mawala yung virus dun sa baby na pinanganak o yung merong congenital rubella natin. Okay, manifestation, prodromal period, sabi natin low-grade fever, headache, malaise, mild coryza, and with conjunctivitis. So, halos magkamukha sila ng sintomas na ni measles versus German measles. Konti lang naman. Okay, so ano pa daw? There will be post-auricular, suboccipital, and posterior cervical lymphadenopathy which occur on the 3rd or 5th day of the onset. Diba? So, sabihin, sumasakit, diba? Mata, namamaga yung mga lymph nodes niya, patient, diba? And, sabi ko nga, diba, may joint pain. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng arthralgia or slight swelling of the joint si patient. So, eruptive stage, sabi, a pinkish rash on the soft palate or what we call the four shimmers spot. So, yun naman sa kanya, four shimmer. Kay measles, Koplik. Diba? An eccentrous rash appears first on the face, then spread to the neck, arms, legs. So, pababa din po yung kanyang pagkalat ng rashes. And the eruption appears after the onset of adenopathy. So, ibig sabihin, after mamaga nung lymph nodes, tsaka lalabas yung mga rashes. So, mauuna po yung pamamaga ng lymph nodes kay patient. Children usually present less or no constitutional symptoms during the eruptive stage. So, the rash may last for 1 to 5 days and leaves no pigmentation or desquamation. So, ito na maganda kay German measles. So, mostly walang iiwan na marks. Diba? So, mawawala din yung mga rashes na mawawala yung mga marks. And, pag mga young male adults, yan, nagkakaroon ng testicular pain. So, sumasakit din yung egglobe nila. Diba? So, transient polyarthralgia and polyarthritis may occur in adults and occasionally in children. So, ibig sabihin, sumasakit yung mga kasukasuan o yung mga joints ng patient natin. Okay? So, sabi ko, di ba, pangit kapag na-expose yung mother kapag na mayroong exposure. So, ano ba yung mga risk ng mga congenital malformation na yan? So, 100% when maternal infection occurs on the first trimester of pregnancy or first month of gestation, yan. So, malaki talaga yung chance niya. O, pero 4% lang naman kapag second or trimester. So, kaya very crucial on first trimester. And sabi nga natin, 90% of congenital rubella cases will excrete the virus at birth and are therefore infectious talaga sila. And there is 10% na, di ba sabi natin, months lang, pero meron around 10% of those pinanganak na may congenital rubella, pwede mo dala-dala na yung virus hanggang 1 year of age. So, imagine mo, 1 taon niya naka-isolate yung bata. Okay, so manifestation. So, classic congenital rubella syndrome is characterized by possibility of spontaneous abortion. Diba? Pwede pong mangyari yan. Pwede magkaroon ng cleft palate, hair lip, talipes, and teeth eruption. So, yun yung pangit kay baby. So, yung club foot, yung talipes. Yun kay patient natin. So, intrauterine growth, retardation. So, infant has low birth weight. Diba? Sabi yun yung mga problem natin. And ano pa daw? Thrombocytopenic purpura or known as blue Mary muffin skin. So, patsi-patsi yung baby na yan. So, lethargy and hypothermia. So, ayan po yung mga pwede pang makita natin na manifestations. So, what are the complications? So, same with measles, patient could also have encephalitis, neuritis, and sa kanya arthritis and arthralgias. And rubella syndrome is manifested by microcephaly congruent with mental retardation. So, maliit yung ulo. Di ba? So, mental retardation. So, ibig sabihin, may problem sa pag-iisip. Di ba? Hindi siya normal yung bata. So, apart from myocarditis, cardiac malformations such as patent ductus arteriosus, di ba? Intraventricular septal defect or pulmonic stenosis may occur. O pwede magkaroon ng yung tetralogy of Fallot yung baby. Okay? Eye defects, di ba? Diba? Cataract, corneal clouding, chorioenteritis, and microphthalmia. So, di ba? Kala mo singkit lang, di ba? Hindi mo alam, singkit na pala. Nagkaroon lang pala ng German measles. Yan. Ano pa daw? The baby may be deaf or mute. Di ba? Pipi at bingi. Di ba? Pa daw? Hepatosplenomegaly. Di ba? Or interstitial pneumonia. Sabihin, pwedeng kumalat yung pneumonia. So, delay growth with poorly functioning organs. Kasi nga, diba, apektado yung brain ni baby. Okay, so how will we prevent? Siyempre, vaccine preventable din po ang ating German measles. So, it is prevented by administering live attenuated measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine natin or yung MMR. Sabi ko kanina, usually given children at the ages of 12 to 15 and 15 months. Diba? So, yan yung binibigay natin. Pa daw, pregnant women should avoid exposure to patient with infected rubella. So, bawal na bawal. Ano naman gagawin? Diba? Paano kung na-expose, hindi niya alam? So, as much as possible, or as soon as possible, diba, kailangan magpa-check agad ni patient or ni mother dun sa doctor and magpa-administer ng immunoglobulin serum 1 week after ng exposure para ma-prevent na mag-progress yung sakit. Kasi nga, once nag-progress, di ba, apektado yung baby kasi nagko-cross yan sa placenta yung virus na yan. So, if one does not know whether he or she has been vaccinated for German measles, it's important to have their immunity tested. Especially kapag buntis or yung edad ng pagbubuntis na. So, kahit di pa siya buntis. Diba? So, working educational or medical facility. So, kasama educational. Kasi di ba yung mga teachers, especially yung mga nasa elementary school, di ba? Yan. So, minsan may mga bata pumapasok, hindi naman din nila alam na meron pa sila. So, tayo mga medical health workers, di ba? Importante yan. So, planning to travel to a country does not offer immunization against rubella. So, kaya pag naggagala-gala po, check din po tayo. And upon my research, there are 2 countries na hindi available yung rubella vaccine. Diba? So, trivia lang. So, upon my research, so, yung Bhutan and Timor-Leste, wala po silang vaccine against yung rubella natin. So, while the rubella vaccine is usually not harmful, the virus is in the shot could cause adverse reaction in some people. So, one should not be vaccinated. So, sino ba yung mga hindi pwedeng i-vaccine? Kasi di ba sabi natin kanina, live attenuated vaccine. Ibig sabihin, weakened virus yung ibibigay kay patient para mag-create ng antibody. So, sabi natin, one has weak immune system due to other illness. Ibig sabihin, pag sobrang weak ng immune system, bawal sa kanya yung rubella vaccine. So, if the individual is pregnant or plan to become pregnant within next month. So, pag buntis na, hindi live. Diba yung immunoglobulin yung ibibigay sa kanya pag na-expose. Or, kung plano mo magbuntis in the next month, so, yung, wag ka magpa-vaccine. Pero kung hindi pa naman matagal pa, 6 months to 1 year pa bago magbuntis, so, push magpa-vaccine na. Okay, nursing management. So, rubella is isolated. I-isolate si patient kasi nga, airborne. So, kaya, pero dapat maganda yung ventilation para hindi magstay lang doon yung mga virus na yan. So, bed rest until fever subsides. So, darken the room para ma-avoid din natin yung photophobia. So, provide mild to but nourishing liquid diet and do not apply heat or cold packs on the ears unless ordered. So, halos same lang din sila ni measles ng nursing management natin. Okay, prevent spread of infection and occurrence of complications. So, ibig sabihin, yung hand washing, di ba, yung proper ways on how we contact patient, di ba, from transferring from one patient to another para hindi na kumalat. Okay, may question po ba? Clarification with regards to rubella or German measles. Nalinaw? May kasama pa ako? Are you still there? Ayun, meron pa. Okay. Sige, next natin would be the chickenpox naman or si varicella. So, chickenpox or varicella is an acute and highly contagious disease of viral etiology characterized by vesicular eruption of the skin and mucous membrane with mild constitutional symptom. So, ano nga daw ang etiologic agent? We have your varicella zoster virus, a DNA containing virus. So, ibig sabihin, napupunta yan sa DNA na tao. And human are the only source of infection. So, si tao or yung tao ang host. Diba? Yung reservoir. Diba? So, closely related to or identical to herpes zoster. So, kaya nga yan po yan yung nagiging super infection. So, ibig sabihin, pag gumaling si patient dito, it could be next na magkaroon na siya ng sakit, ito namang herpes naman ang magkakaroon kay patient. So, incubation period is 10 to 21 days and may be prolonged after positive immunization against chickenpox natin. Diba? So, 1. How do natatransmit? Direct contact with patient who shed the virus from vesicles of their skin. So, ibig sabihin, direct contact, skin to skin. Diba? Pwede rin indirect contact. Diba? Ano yung indirect? Linens or fomites. Diba? Yung hinigaan na ng pasyente, nahiga ka ulit doon. Diba? Or yung nag-share kayo ng tuwalya. Diba? So, perfect na perfect yun. Pwede ka rin magkaroon ng chickenpox. Diba? So, airborne or spread through droplet infection. So, chickenpox is most contagious from 1 to 2 days before the rashes appear until all the blisters are dried and crusted. So, ibig sabihin, 1 to 2 days bago lumabas yung mga rashes na yan, hanggang nagtutuyo-tuyo na siya. Di ba? Yung naglalangib-langib na, nakakahawa pa din po siya. So, the patient is capable of transmitting the disease about a day before the eruption of the first lesion up to 5 days after the appearance of the last crack. So, yung kahuli-hulihan na lang yan. Diba? Pwede pa rin makahawa siya. So, manifestation, sabi daw, the telltale sign of chickenpox is an extremely itchy skin rash with red blister. So, sobrang kati daw na mapulang-mapula. So, over the course of several days, the blister pop and start to leak. And then, crust scabs over before healing and finally takes place. So, ibig sabihin, mapulang-mapula yung rashes niya. Tapos, may parang laman. Tapos, puputok yan. Maglilik yung mga laman na yan. Tapos, magka-crush siya, maninigas, maglalangib-langib na siya hanggang mawala na yung mga langib na yun kay patient. So, sabi nga natin, once chickenpox develop, the varicella zoster virus stay in the nerve cell for years. So, ibig sabihin, nandun na lang siya. Pag gumaling ka, nandun pa po yan sa katawan mo. And kapag daw yan nagising, di ba, or na-activate ulit after years or years, di ba, pwede na kayo mag-lead ngayon sa shingles, which is a painful blister. So, sobrang sakit daw niya. So, fortunately, there is a vaccine for shingles, but it's usually recommended for adults over 60 years of age pa lang po siya binibigay. Ayan. So, yung available na virus natin is yung Shingrix. Ayan. Pero parang hindi pa siya available sa Philippines yung Shingrix. Hindi ko lang alam ngayon, pero last year hindi ko pa siya nakita. Okay, so clinical manifestations, signs and symptoms are divided into pre-eruptive stage, diba? Ibig sabihin bago maglabas. So manifested by mild fever and malaise, and eruptive stage where dito na ilalabas yung mga rashes. So the rashes starts from trunk, yung mga unexposed area, then spread to the other parts of the body. So, kanina, cephalocaudal, dito naman nga magsisimula sa katawan ni patient pa labas naman, palayo naman sa katawan niya. So, initial lesions are distinctively red, papules and contents become milky or pus-like within 4 hours. So, di ba parang nagnanana, maputi or madilaw. So, in adult and other children, the lesions are more widespread and more severe. And there is a rapid progression, so the transition is completed within 6 to 8 hours. So, ganun kabilis po yung pagdami ng rashes dyan. So, vesicular lesions are very pruritic. So, sobrang katipo daw niyaan. Diba? So, all stages are present simultaneously before all are covered with scabs. And all lesions appear in different stages at one time, or it will pass through the following stages. So, paano daw yan? Macule, papule, vesicule, pustule, and then crass. So, ibig sabihin, magsisimula siya, ganyan lang, mamumula ng konti, pupula-pula, magkakaroon na ng bukol, naglakalaman na, ayan na, naglaman hanggang pumutok as nagka-crass na siya. So, ganyan po yung stage ng rashes kapag lumabas kay patient natin. Okay, finally, these open wounds cross over the and turn into scabs. So, yan na po yung naglalangib na siya. As they heal, new bumps continues to appear. It is possible that various kinds of lesion may erupt at the same time, so the patient can disseminate the virus to other people until all the spots cross are over. So, hanggat hindi nawawala yung mga yan, pwede mo siya makahawa yung pasyente natin. So, how is it diagnosed? So, we can do determination of the varicella zoster virus through complement fixation test. Sabi sabihin, kukuha ng sample dun sa mga secretions na lumalabas dun kay patient. So, determine through electro-microscopic examination of vesicular fluid ng patient natin. Okay, so ano ba yung mga complication? Bakit kailangan alagaan? So, secondary infection of lesions. So, it could lead to furuncles, diba? So, lumalaki siya. Kumbaga, pigsa, cellulitis, diba? Skin abscess, and erysipelas, or bacterial infection characterized by large raised red patches on the skin. So, yun yung problem sa kanya. Kaya dapat ma-prevent natin na maging complicated. Diba? So, hindi pwedeng kamut-kamutin lagi kasi mag-i-infect. Yeah. So, treatment. So, we can give acyclovir or Sovirax 500 mg tablet, 1 BID for 7 days, or oral acyclovir 800 mg TID for 5 days. So, we can also give oral antihistamine, diba? Kasi nga Makate, diba? Calamine lotion, pwede rin po. Yan. Pero ngayon halos wala nang, parang hindi siya masyadong available sa market si calamine lotion. Okay, avoid anti-inflammatory painkillers like ibuprofen. Bakit? Lalo lang magiging, parang niya lalong masakit, lalong nagiging in pain yung patient, o lalo siya nagiging parang sobrang hina, very very ill yung patient. So, never give aspirin to children under 16 years old. Diba? Si aspirin kasi could lead to bleed, and pwede siya magkaroon ng Reye's syndrome. So, what is the complication? So, ibig sabihin, ang nangyayari dyan? Sa Reye's syndrome, nagkakaroon siya ng problem doon sa mga organs niya, ni patient, is parang nagkakaroon ng pressure, namamaga yung mga organs ng patient. So, kaya tandaan, bawal si ibuprofen, bawal si aspirin. So, ano pwede? Siyempre, paracetamol or acetaminophen for fever and pain associated with sores that develop on the skin and in the buccal cavity. So, it's safe for the most people, including pregnant women and children over 2 months old. So, Yan lang po yung pwede na pain reliever tsaka antipyretic drugs kay patient. So, how is it prevented? Napiprevent ba? Siyempre. Meron tayong vaccine or live attenuated vaccine or varicella vaccine. So, this is, the first shot is given at 12 to 15 months, di ba, kasama ng MMR. Age of, and second is administered when the child is 4 to 6 years old. People over age 13 who have never been vaccinated should get 2 doses of the vaccine at least 28 days apart. So, pag hindi na vaksinan ng bata, pero may edad na nagpa-vaccine, 28 days. Yung, after 28 days yung second dose niya. So, prevent, siyempre, avoid exposure sa mga people na merong infection niya. Nursing management, respiratory isolation, bundle all the vesicles have crusted. Ibig sabihin na wala na siya. Secondary infection, di ba? Kailangan ma-prevent din natin. So, kaya, importante po yung skincare or hygienic care, yung paglilinis. Di ba? Paliligo, no? Patient. So, heat and sweat makes the patient itch more. Di ba? So, kaya bawal. So, kaya dapat, patient should be in malamig na room. Di ba? Ano daw? Pwede rin po lagyan ng mga wet washcloth para mabawasan. So, dump yung mga basa na cloth dyan kay patient. So, nasopharyngeal secretions and discharges should be disposed properly. And disinfect linens by sunlight or by chemical means. Ibig sabihin yung ginamit ng pasyente na kumot, na beddings, lahat. So, or pati damit po. So, pwedeng paarawan dapat yan mabuti. Or pwede po yung bleach, pero high bleach po yan para mamatay. Diba? So, yung iba binabayabad sa sunrocks. Okay, so ano ba daw? Cut the fingernails short and wash hands more open in order to minimize yung bacterial infection at saka yung pag-scratch ni patient. Or pwede rin pagsuotin ng mittens, di ba? Para mabawasan o maiwasan. Kasi di ba pagkukumas, madaling niya magsugat, mas most likely pwede pang mag-infect. Kaya dapat, yung bata, meron kang activity na para ma-distract siya. Diba? Para mawala sa isip niya na nangangati pala siya. So, kailangan ma-distract natin yung patient. So, client are advised to see a doctor if, ano daw yung mga lumabas? Nagkaroon ng shortness of breath and dizziness, vomiting, stiff neck, and fever over 45. So, bakit? Pag nagsusukat saka stiff neck, pwedeng nagkakaroon ng encephalitis. Diba? Ibig sabihin, pwedeng apektado na yung brain. So, rashes spread from one or both eyes. Nagkaroon din sa mata ni patient. Diba? So, the rash gets very red, warm, or tender. So, this could be a sign of bacterial infection na kasi. Yan. So, kaya dapat yan i-report agad kay doctor. Kasama po yan sa discharge teaching or home teaching natin kapag uuwi yung patient or doon sa bahay magpapagaling. Okay? So, since all of the, sinabi ko kanina, yung measles, German measles, and chikungunya rashes, how will you differentiate? Diba? So, una, diba, yung pag-appear labas ng rashes, magkakaiba na sila. Diba? So, si measles, magsisimula sa likod ng tenga, papunta sa muka, pababa. Si German measles, sa muka, pababa. Si chickenpox, pakalat, mula sa trunk, palabas. So, ito po yung itsura ng mga measles. So, mga rashes nila. So, ito po, si varicella, ayan o, mas malalaki. Si scarlet, additional info lang, ayan yung mga scarlet fever or mountain. So, sa kanya, just dikit-dikit nakalubog yan. Si rubella, ayan. Parang may pattern siya nakakalat. Ito namang measles, tanda mo yan, grupo-grupo yung mga mga rashes nila. So, I just added that para kung mas photographic kayo. Ayan. So, I hope makatulong. Alright, may question so far? Wala? Okay. So, let's now continue or next natin na sakit is your influenza. influenza or flu or leg grip. Diba? So sabi natin, influenza is acute, highly contagious viral infection of the respiratory system characterized by abrupt onset of fever, chills, muscle pain, headache, body malaise, and cataract or catarrh. So, ibig sabihin, ano daw yan? Ito po yung trangkaso na mas kilala natin o mas yan yung sanay tayo. So, influenza is a potentially serious disease that can lead to hospitalization and sometimes even death. Diba? So, pag napabayaan po kasi. So, every influenza season varies affects people differently. So, millions of people get flu every year and hundreds of thousands are hospitalized and die because of these flu-related cases. So, ano nga daw bacteriologic agent for influenza? So, we have your RNA-containing myxoviruses. Di ba? Kaya may type A, A prime, B, and C. So, kaya po, kapag nagpapabaksin, di ba? Iba-iba na po yung vaccine. Yung mga flu vaccine natin, di ba? Meron na po yung tatawag siya tetra or penta. Ibig sabihin, kasi iba-ibang klase ng virus ang pwede mag-cause ng flu natin. So, incubation period, so usually, 24 to 48 hours lang siya. Okay, how is it transmitted? So, airborne spread. Diba yan, yung mga crowded places. Diba, direct contact to droplets. Diba, na spread. Or the influenza virus persists for 4 hours in the dried mucus din. So, ganyan po siya. So, puro virus. So, period of communicability until the 5th day of illness or up to 7 days kapag mga bata. So, yan na po sa kanya. So, clinical manifestation, sabi, the onset is sudden and the patient reports a chilly sensation. So, giniginaw yung pasyente. Plus, mataas yung temperature niya. So, 38.5 pataas, di ba? Malaise, sore throat, coryza, rhinorrhea, myalgia, masakit yung muscle ni patient, di ba? May headache. And severe aches and pain usually at the back associated with increased yung sweating. Di ba? Kaya nga, yan po talaga yung trangkaso. Yung parang hinang-hina kasi lahat masakit, nilalagnat, di ba? So, sometimes, meron din nagkakaroon ng gastrointestinal problem, like nagkakadyspepsia or nagmabamit yung patient. So, the worst symptoms usually is for 3 to 5 days, then the patient begins to improve. Basta, na-treat lang ng maayos. Influenza makes most people feel terrible, but most people recover from influenza natin. So, diagnostics, so viral serology, complement fixation test, hemagglutinin test, di ba? Neutralization test, o hanapin kung nasaan yung problem. So, ano nga ba ang complication? So, ito po ang problem, yung nagiging complication. So, major problem posed by influenza are subsequent complications. So, the most common are, pwede mag-lead to pneumonia, di ba? Pwedeng magkaroon viral pneumonia, tapos maging bacterial, or pwedeng mix. Yan yung mga isa sa mga problem. So, primary pneumonia is less common but more severe. Diba? So, the patient fails to defend and develop progressive dyspnea and cough and scanty sputum. So, kaya hindi pwedeng, kaya kailangan magamot kasi yun yung mahirap. So, other relevant sequelae are encephalitis and other neurologic syndromes. Pwede po maging yan pa. So, Reye syndrome is an acute encephalopathy and fatty degeneration of the liver which is associated with, influenza B infection naman. Okay, myocarditis, diba, pwede rin mo yan, to cardiac failure. Or sa bata, pwede magkaroon ng sudden infant death syndrome or SID natin. So, super imposed bacterial infections, so Streptococcus pneumoniae, Staphylococcus pyogenes, Haemophilus influenza, and Staphylococcus aureus may occur. So, the hallmark of secondary pneumonia is fever associated with productive cough. So, ibig sabihin, nag-progress. So, pag yan, may plema-plema na yan, mas nilalagnat, meron na. Secondary naman, di ba? So, elderly patient are at risk of this complication as well as those yung mga may cardiac problems. Kaya, dapat iniingatan talaga yung mga geriatric patients. So, mixed viral and bacterial pneumonia is the most common complication of influenza. It has clinical features of both the viral and bacterial pneumonia. Kasi nga, pareho niyang nakuha. So, how will we manage? Sabi natin, up until recently, there has no specific treatment for influenza. So, wala. Pero anong gagawin? Diba? So, stay at home and take plenty of rest. So, pahinga ang kailangan. Drink plenty of water. So, hydration ang kailangan. So, pahinga, hydration. Okay, so nilalagnat, tsaka may headache, paracetamol. So, aspirin pwede, pero bawal sa 16 years old pababa. O, pwede rin po si ibuprofen o other anti-inflammatory drugs. But tandaan, safest is si paracetamol. Napadaw, diba? Nilalagnat, mataas yung temp. So, stipid sponge bath. Diba? TSB. Yan. So, isolate patient to decrease yung risk na kumalat yung virus. So, kaya dapat nag-isolate si patient. So, limit strenuous activity. So, ibig sabihin, bawal yung mga nakakapagod na trabaho. And watch out yung mga complications kung magkakaroon man. Okay, so how will we prevent? Sabi natin, through immunization. So, we have available flu vaccines. Actually, ngayon, di ba, may flu vaccines as pneumococcal vaccine pa. Ayan, avoid yung mga crowded places. Bawal sa mga siksikan. So, educate the public about the basic personal hygiene. Di ba, yung hand washing, pagtakip ng ilong, ng bibig kapag nag-i-sneeze or nagka-cough. Di ba? So, advise that people in the following categories should receive vaccine annually. So, yung mga elderly, people who have poor immunity or bagsak yung mga immune system, and people who have mga other conditions like diabetes, diba, lung problem, heart problem, or liver diseases natin. Alright, may question po ba sa pneumonia? Ay, pneumonia tuloy, sa influenza. Okay? Wala ang question? Sure? O, sige, so daanan lang natin si pertussis or si whooping cough. So, sabi natin, it's caused by Bordetella pertussis. So, meron siyang tatlong stages: catarrhal, paroxysmal, and convalescent. So, 1 to 2 weeks siya nagtatagal. So, mild fever, cough, and then conjunctival injection. So, nagkakaroon ng lacrima, excessive secretions ng tears yung patient. Okay, stage 2, paroxysmal phase. Ito na nagsisimula yung paroxysmal cough or whooping cough kasi nga sobrang sikip niya. So, kaya mataas. So, parang tawa-tahol na aso. And third stage would be, convalescent. So, gagaling. So, ang gamot, erythromycin, azithromycin, or clarithromycin, yung mga macrolides natin. Okay? Other one is your diphtheria. Diba? So, infectious. This is caused by a bacteria. So, primary infection, throat or upper airway. So, fatal sa. So, symptoms, sore throat, low-grade fever, and swollen neck. So, it's spread to droplet through sneezing, coughing, or close contact dun sa tao na meron. So, how is it prevent? So, kasama po yan sana i-immunize natin. Diba? Diphtheria, pertussis, DPT. Yan, tuberculosis. So, it's given 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and 14 weeks. So, 3 booster doses can be given at the ages of 12 to 23 months, 4 to 7 years old, and 9 to 15 years old. So, treatment is kung ano yung symptoms plus antibiotic kay patient. Alright? Meron po bang question? Meron po bang clarification? All good? Wala na pong question? Okay, so wala pong question. So, thank you so much for listening. So, that concludes our topic for midterm. Okay, so, though matagal pa naman yung midterm, so at least natapos na kasi pagbalik natin, diba, after yung ACAD break, diba,